Well, it's Championship Sunday right here at Nike Center Court. We're going to have a few championship games coming up in just a bit as a couple of men's titles will be handed out. We already had a women's title handed out, and it was a familiar face taking over the spotlight once again. TBA, a team that was looking for its fourth straight women's title, taking on 3.5. Lindsey Wilson showing a range from deep early on, knocks down the 2. That gave TBA a 7-6 lead, and they never looked back. Amy Taylor gets the game winner. Kristen O'Neill and Casey Bunn join Wilson and Taylor for the 20-15 championship win over 3.5. So that's 4 straight championships now for TBA. Men's titles are also coming up right after this. We're going to have the 6 and under. And then Douglas Properties is playing in the championship game, looking to defend their title in the open division. Of course, those games coming up as soon as we get underway with our special edition. But we also had the slam dunk finals this afternoon because of rain. That moved it to today. So let's check out the highlights from that right here at Nike Center Court. Eddie Gonzalez got the finals started with this gem right here going around the back off the catch. That earned him a spot in the final round. Jarrell Creighton joined him right after that. They were tied for the lead and then joined by Jamal Thomas. Thomas earned a spot in the final round with this one going between the legs. And then after Gonzalez and Creighton missed their one attempt in the dunk-off, it was Thomas getting the win with ease. Jamal Thomas, your 2013 Hoopfest Slam Dunk Champion.
We got to look at the scoreboard, Jumbotron, see the replay to know exactly.
All right, there's more than 28,000 or about 28,000 people who play in Hoopfest on the streets looking to play in this tournament. One guy, his teammates didn't even know if he'd be able to play in this tournament. Keith Oso has the story of Stephen Beaumont, whose life had changed dramatically since last Hoopfest.
Last year, Stephen Beaumont's team won Hoopfest. Then after he drove home, his life changed.
Just even here last summer, I was just having major headaches and just kind of just out of it. And then when I got back home, I had headaches so bad I had to pull over and throw up. And so I called my wife, and within probably 5 hours, I was admitted to the ER to have brain surgery.
After surgery, the outlook wasn't good.
The original prognosis was 14 months, but I mean, I've had no symptoms, and last scan, the end of May, was significantly improved, which they say best case scenario, it stays the same.
Beaumont is rapidly approaching that 14-month time frame, and with the support of everyone around him, he says he feels great.
God's helped heal me, and I mean, doctors can only tell you so much, and they're not exactly the most positive people, so I mean, whether it's just prayers or, I mean, was taking all sorts of pills and going through radiation and all that stuff.
Everyone's totally pitched in and helped us, prayed for us. We've had amazing support not only from our family and our friends, but our church. Everybody stepped up just to make life a lot easier for us.
So the question remains, why play Hoopfest this year?
Well, I've done Hoopfest almost every year since I was about 10 or 11, and I've had no symptoms. I feel great, so I got to come up here.
And whether it was his intention or not, Beaumont is inspiring the people around him.
It's fun. It's one of those things you go, last year we didn't know if Stephen would be playing this year. And so then to see him out here and he hits his first 3, it's like, that's nice. That's a good feeling to have him out here this year. It's kind of fun.
Definitely emotional. You know, it's one of the closest people to you, and getting them to see it, enjoy another Hoopfest. So awesome day.
In case you're wondering, Beaumont says he'll be back next year, and I don't doubt him. At Hoopfest, I'm Keith Oso, 700 ESPN Sports.
Now, Beaumont does have a very aggressive type of brain cancer, but it is getting smaller. He actually is getting better, so we do wish him the very best. Switching gears to baseball, Mariners and Cubs in action, playing their 3rd and final game of a 3-game series at Safeco Field. Jeremy Bonderman getting the start for the M's, and he did not make it out of the 4th inning of today's game. Cubs jumped all over him in the 2nd inning. They had 4 doubles in that inning to jump out to a 3-0 lead, courtesy of Anthony Rizzo's double right there, doing some damage, scoring Alfonso Soriano. And then in the 5th, Cubs had 4 more. Soriano, the double to left center. That made it 6-1 Chicago. The Mariners nearly came back in this one. Jason Bay, Raul Ibanez, and Kyle Seager all homering late. But the M's unable to come back as they fall 7-6 falling to the Cubs. They will be off tomorrow. And the Spokane Indians in action as well. They are wrapping up a 3-game set in Everett, looking to snap a 3-game skid. We'll have more on that game coming up on the news at 11. But right now, it's all about Hoopfest here at Nike Center Court. We got 2 championship games coming up. We're about 10 minutes away from the first one, and we'll have that coming up right after the news. But we have more news coming up as well right after the break.
Well, Thursday we introduced to you a team called Who's Your Mamas, and they were a part of our Hoopfest tip-off special. A group of moms and daughters, cousins and sisters. Tom Giles has more on their first Hoopfest experience. Excited to find out how they did, Tom.
Yeah, Nadine, you know, they did pretty well, and it obviously was the first time that they played together as a group as Who's Your Mamas. You had Cassie Schessler and Carrie Lufer, sisters, playing with their daughters who had played in Hoopfest before, but playing as a group for the first time. And you know what? They didn't do too bad. They looked pretty good when we met up with them in practice a week and a half ago. And they actually won 2 games yesterday, which meant they had to play again this morning at 8 a.m. And actually talked to Cassie last night. Not sure she was that excited about making it to Sunday's bracket, but the group did have fun. Their tournament run came to an end this morning when they lost to Murphy's Law, so no championship for the Hoosier Mamas, but still a good run for the sisters and their daughters.
I loved it. It was fun. It was so much fun. It's hands down one of the most fun sporting events in my life, and I'm so glad I did it.
I thought it was really fun. It was just a different experience, you know, playing with our moms and having just the family atmosphere. I liked it a lot.
And we're obviously going to bring you another story coming up in sports. Keith Osa is going to tell the story of Stephen Beaumont, who